Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Star Realms, which this game is incredibly old at this point. I should probably look up.
Yeah, I don't know how old this game is.
It came out a while ago. Obviously, they've made a bunch of expansions, and the Star Realms Nova Collection, which is what I have, which I'll talk a little bit about that. 2014, almost 10 years old at this point. But yeah, I mean, when this game came out, it was kind of revolutionary. Like, everyone was playing it. It was just that solid of a deck builder. I stayed away from it back then because I hated deck builders, just because they just always felt like nothing. Mm-hmm. Whenever it's like, oh, I'm gonna use this to get this card that I won't get to see for quite some time. Since then, I have come to love deck builders. I still kind of prefer my deck builders to be in other games, where it's like expanding upon the game versus it kind of standing alone. But Star Realms is solid.
Yeah, this game is it's very solid.
Yeah. With this one in Hero Realms coming out, I mean, by the same company. They're at
Which one is first? This
one?
Okay.
Yeah, Hero Realms came out, I want to say 20, let's say, I'll just look it up. Okay, instead of saying something stupid. Came out 2016. I was going to say 2017.
Yeah, both the games are amazing.
Yeah. Star Realms is, as far as I'm aware, they did the Nova Collection, which was kind of like it almost felt like it was their swan song. They're like, okay, like they haven't put out expansions in a while. There's a bunch of expansions for it. And
they're like, here's all of it together.
Well, no, that was actually the frustrating part of the Nova Collection. But it was like them just really at least loving the base game. Hero Realms is still actively getting support. Like, they just put a Kickstarter out for a Dungeons, which added more characters, more things to do with those characters. And
that's a 7-year-old board game.
Yeah. And so Star Realms, it's like between the two, it's kind of like, do you love sci-fi or do you love fantasy?
I'm always going to pick fantasy. That's
Same.
Just who I am.
Yeah.
That does not take away from sci-fi, because I also love sci-fi.
Right. Like, I will pick fantasy like 9 times out of 10. I love Hero Realms. It's just more, I just get more immersed into it. But Star Realms, if you love deck building and this is a game you haven't tried, you should try it. It's super good. The base game alone, which is basically what we played without with gambits, which I thought the gambits were a lot of fun. They were kind of like a haha, like here's a quick like uniqueness to me.
Yeah, I had one that reduced damage for the longest
right,
time.
and I had one that was just makes my base Vipers deal more damage. Like, and there's a bunch of those cards that it's like, oh, let's do 5 cards each, and it just kind of, it's a quick little extra thing you can just throw in, very, very simple. But yeah, like I like the fact that you can get an engine going super quick,
pretty quickly.
Like, you could go all in. I mean, granted, the randomness of the market is gonna kind of dictate what you're going for, but
yeah, I was mostly whatever this green symbol is.
They are actually on the back. They're the blobs.
The blobs.
The old blobs.
Which the blobs do a fuck ton of damage.
Yep.
And then after I got my damage going, I just tried to pick cards that allowed me to draw extra cards just to make my turns huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, this game is super solid.
It's just so clean. It is at its purest when you're just doing like 1v1. Like, this is one of those games that it's like, it's basically a filler, especially if you just played it once. You just come in and you're like, everyone's starting deck. Boom, here's the market. You just pull it out, shuffle it, and then you're off going. And you can play this game multiple times in a row. Like, we played Hero Realms the other day just multiple times.
Yeah, back to back.
And what's great is if you've played this, you can jump into Hero Realms. If you've played Hero Realms, you can jump into this.
And it didn't get old.
No.
It was very solid the whole time we played.
I was actually pretty balanced. I had 4 Federations and 4 Machine Cult.
I had, I don't know all the names,
Like,
but...
mine was kind of a... oh, wait, I forgot about these. 5 Federations, 1 Blob, 2 Star Empire. And I know they have like campaigns in this, and there's like a story, like on the back of this, it shows the 4 main factions and like kind of their theme.
Gotcha.
Artwork is stellar.
Yeah.
I do like the artwork in Hero Realms better just because there seems to be more background stuff going on versus this is like, it's a ship.
It's a ship in space.
Although the bases are really cool. Like
Yeah, the bases are very well done.
Yeah. So my build in the run through was kind of more about just having a bunch of defensive things, and it was always, if you play the bases turn, this pops off. You had a really good card draw engine. Like, you were doing massive swings of damage. If I didn't have the bases to defend myself, I would have lost it immediately. Because there was one point where I was like, I'm not saying you're lying, but I just need you to explain to me how you... Like, I was at 30-something health, and you're like, 6, 5. I'm like...
Please
at least show me which cards are doing that.
Yeah.
So I can understand how I went from nothing. But also, you had cards that were auto-destroy bases.
Yep.
That superseded my defense.
It really seems like that's what Greens was definitely heavy swinging. I didn't put the pods back.
Oh, yeah.
But the I actually had more Federation than I did Blobs.
I think it was at that one point when there was such a difference in health, you were trying to heal.
Yeah. I started picking up stuff that healed me. Mm-hmm. Funny enough, I picked up Mercenary Garrison, hoping I would be able to play it with one of these, because this would heal 3, and I had another one that healed me for 4.
Yeah. I usually, like, my strat in this is if there's a heal card in the opening market, that's what I buy first, because it's so quick to just deal damage. It's just like, oh, Federation, or a Viper, 1.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I'm going to want this healing at some point.
Yeah.
Like, this Security Craft is just outright good. It's 4 damage and then 3 healing, and if you have another Federation, it's 3 money. That's just a solid staple.
But, like, the way I was dealing so much damage to you was... this does 6, and then destroy a base if I play another one of the same type. And then this does 6, put a pod token into play, immediately hatch it. Gain 3, deal 2 damage, deal 3, draw a card.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, that's just what you want sometimes in deck builders. Like, don't get me wrong, I like deck builders with a little bit of strategy to them, but this is also one of those games, it's so old, they have tournaments for this game. It'd be like how we played, it'd be a joke to those players.
Oh yeah, they would.
Like, I would not doubt it if, like, you set up, let's just say, base game, and they see the opening market, and they're like, got it, I know how every single card's going to come out. It's like, what? Yeah, I know how the card counts Star Realms. Your opening hand is 5 scouts. I forfeit. Like, who is this guy? But that's just kind of, this is a game that's almost perfect for tournaments.
It is.
Now, some people might think, well, it's still a deck builder. You win and lose based off the card draw.
Yeah.
That's just cards, though. So this is one of those games, because it's only deck building, I don't hold that against it.
No.
Just like I don't hold that against Magic. Yeah, you can get mana screwed. You can get in 2 ways. It's like you get only mana or you get none. It just kind of happens. That's kind of where you mulligan.
Yeah.
That's you learn.
You had 2 or 3 turns where you're like, all right, this is all the damage. I don't have anything to buy anything in the market.
I was like, that's it. And that's just how it goes. But because this game is also very quick,
it's not tedious.
Yeah.
It's not like we're sitting here for 40 minutes and like 10 minutes you're like trying to figure out how the fuck you're going to make this work. You're just like, I'm just going to keep going.
Exactly. Or you're playing a 4 game of Commander and you're getting mana screwed and you're like, I just have to fucking sit here.
Yeah.
And this is miserable. This is going to be 2 hours of misery.
I play a land. Pass.
Yeah. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say about this game that hasn't already been said. It's just... It's good.
It's pretty solid.
There's a lot of content for it. Like, tons of content. Now, what I can talk about that Josh can't, unfortunately, it's the Nova Collection, which is their latest Star Realms Kickstarter that kind of came my way. The foil is great. It does what foil does. The cards kind of bow. I had to sleeve them, otherwise my cards would just be like U's.
Just like curled real
Yeah,
bad.
I mean, but I kind of sit here and I'll do this. I'll just kind of eventually fuck with them, but sleeves help with that. Here's what's frustrating about the Nova Collection. As you can see, I have the Nova Collection, and it came with like this nice board, these nice dials, and this massive. The Nova Collection box is this big. However, it doesn't have the storage. It came with plastic dividers, only for what came with the Nova Collection, which was the base game and like a few expansions. This Universal box came with dividers for everything. And I was like, well, that's just way better to house everything. The Nova Collection box is kind of bad, and the dividers, even though they're really nice, are useless. What's also frustrating is if you have everything, their Nova Collection didn't foil every card.
So you have foils and non-foils.
Yeah, which I mean, that's whatever. Like
that's
I actually would prefer. I got this because it was an opportunity for me to get everything for Star Realms. I actually don't really like foil cards
because of the bowing.
Because the bowing is one, and I think their sheen is kind of annoying.
It can be.
Just because sometimes if you're trying to look at someone's card, it can reflect. And you're
Yeah.
like, I can't even see what that is. Luckily, these didn't have that. But I've never been that guy that's like a Pokemon back in the day when they were holographic. Those actually had like sparkles to them, and they were like, hey, this is holographic, and that's fucking dope. These are just shiny, and they don't do anything for me.
Say, they like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon are like the only card games that I know that actually do that, where it's like this hollow foil or reverse foil or whatever it's called, where it's like certain sections of the card like glitter essentially.
Yeah.
Every other game I know just does this. They foil the whole front.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't really do anything for me. So the overall box was kind of a letdown. If they had... And that's what's so weird is, like, if you're going to be like, hey, we're doing these awesome foil cards, then go all out. Like,
just do it all.
Foil everything for Star Realms, or at least make it an option. Like, if it's like, because you can do add-ons, obviously, in Kickstarter. It's like, okay, here's my pledge, and here are the add-ons. Have 2 add-ons. Be like, here's the, here's the, Colony Wars expansion, regular or foil. It's $20 for it to be regular. I don't know how much it was, but $20 for the Colony Wars expansion, non-foiled, and then $40 or however much it would cost.
Yeah, premium.
Like foil cards for that. So you had the option so that if you wanted to shell out a bunch of money, then you could get every card foiled. And that's where I would have been like, oh, that's really cool.
So I don't know how long ago this was made.
Star Realms?
Well, the
Nova Collection, it went on. I can look it up while you talk.
So coming from a Magic background, one of the biggest problems you've talked about it is the foiling where it curls. Magic or Wizards of the Coast have been using Japanese laser printers to print their cards, and they have been known to have an atrocious curling problem with foils.
2020.
So
when
these, I don't know where they got them made. If they were printed in,
it's always overseas. There's no way it was in house.
Because it's not curled bad enough that it's like bowed.
You can still tell though.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that. Though. But the printers that like Magic uses, this card would be like U-shaped.
Yeah.
And it's not that bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know where they got it foiled at, but or where it was printed at.
Yeah. So they 2020 is when it came out. Made 621,000 on 50,000 pledge. Like for the Nova Collection, it was $90 for 250 foil cards, the 6 score dials, and a custom game board. And obviously, I added everything to it.
$90 for all that's.
It's definitely not bad, but it's kind of like if you're a completionist and it's like, well, I want to have everything.
Yeah.
And it's not foiled. This is weird. And who knows? Maybe they'll do another thing where it's like, hey, here's Star Realms with all the expansions.
Nova Collection 2.
Yeah, all the expansions are foiled now. Cool. But then it's like, well, I fucking got everything. Now I have to weirdly try to sell it. But yeah, it's like the box was kind of stupid, and yeah, this universal storage box is just better, I think.
Overall,
yeah. No, I do like the custom player board. That's really nice.
It is nice.
I wish Hero Realms would benefit from having that. But yeah, I mean, honestly, Star Realms, extremely clean deck builder. You got anything else?
No, I don't think so. It's a pretty straightforward game.
Yeah.
So,
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give Star Realms?
so here's the thing. I don't know if I want to give it a 9 or not.
I don't like it that much.
Well, it's not that. It's that when I think of other deck building games, which one would I rather play?
Yeah.
And I cannot remember what I gave score-wise for other ones we've recorded and played.
Oh, let's see.
Sorcerer, I know.
Sorcerer's not a deck builder, though.
You're correct. It's not.
I'm trying to think of other deck builders we have played together.
Did we play Millennium Blades?
We did. That's technically a deck construction game. Okay. Technically, is what it's supposed to be. But yeah, we have played Millennium Blades. I think you gave Millennium Blades a 9 because it's basically a game about a collectible card game.
So, fuck it. I'm gonna give it a 9.
9?
I'm gonna give it a 9.
Yeah. With everything and the Nova collection, I think I'm at an 8.
I say I'm hard pressed to give it a 9.
Yeah,
I want to give it a 9.
I was looking at what I had rated for Hero Realms, and Hero Realms I have it an 8. Even though I like fantasy more than sci-fi, gameplay wise they're both the exact same, so they're both going to get the same rating. But yeah, it's very, 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 very good. I enjoy it a lot, and because you can just get different builds out of just the main deck.
Oh yeah,
and there's a million other expansions. Where
especially having 4 suits.
Yeah,
and then
it's essentially infinite replayability, and then all you do for cleanup is you're just like, okay,
shuffle it
we're
all.
done.
shuffle it all and call it good.
It's great. So, well, that's our thoughts on Star Realms, everyone. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.